Hello, everyone. Welcome to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Ricky Hill, your e-recruiter. We're going to hang out here for just a quick second so that we can go ahead and pause to allow all of our registered guests to join us. But while we wait, if you'd like to go ahead and check out some information about the college tour, have you heard of the college tour? It is a special Amazon Prime series. It actually has not premiered yet on Amazon Prime. However, we have a special website for you that you can check out, and we will drop that over into the chat box for you here in just a quick second. And you can take a look at that at your leisure after this event. We do have a full-length 30-minute episode that Amazon Prime, that special series of the college tour, where they have featured the University of California, Merced, and we couldn't be more excited to share that with you. So you could get a glimpse into our beautiful campus, and you'll actually get to meet 10 of our very special current students, our current Bobcats, who will be sharing with you their journey here, why they selected UC Merced, and why they love being a Bobcat so much. Once again, we're going to pause for just another couple of seconds to allow some of our friends to join, and we will get ready to start here in just a moment. Thanks. Hello, everyone, and a very big welcome to you to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Ricky Hill, and I am your e-recruiter. I'm sure you have seen me before on some of these webinars, and I'm so excited to be here with you again tonight with some of my friends from the Calvin E. Bright Success Center. We're going to be presenting to you this evening a presentation regarding the fostering a sense of belonging from the Bright Success Center. So again, a very big welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Before we do get started, I always have these couple of quick reminders regarding Zoom. If you would like to adjust the size of your window, you can do that by clicking View Options in the upper portion of your screen. If you need to adjust your audio settings, you can do that down in the lower left corner of your screen. And lastly, and one of the most important things, that the reason why we like to be here with you guys on these virtual events is to also get to your specific questions. So we do have a Q&A button available for you. It should be at the lower portion of your screen. You'll go ahead and click on that Q&A button at any point. You can send in those questions, and we are fully staffed behind the scenes with some other people, some friends from UC Merced, and they will be getting to those throughout the presentation, but we also will be saving a few minutes at the end for a live question and answer session, as well as some important announcements for future events here at UC Merced. This event is being recorded. We will make it available in a couple of days as an on-demand instant replay, and we will make sure that we provide some of those links to you throughout. So also be keeping a lookout on that chat box so that you can be saving and bookmarking some of those links as we send them out. Once again, a big welcome to you. My name is Ricky Hill, the one and only e-recruiter here at UC Merced. We're thrilled to be here with you. At this time, I'd love to hand things over to my friend Chad.
Thank you, Ricky. And good evening, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us and spending some time to listen about the Bright Success Center. And listen, before I get started, I do want to say, if you haven't checked out the college tour in UC Merced, please do. The link has been dropped into the chat. It is an incredible opportunity to meet some incredible students and scholars at UC Merced, get a little peek into their life, find out how they were successful at UC Merced, and that could be a blueprint for your success when you join us. All right, so I'm Chad Williams, the Assistant Dean of Students and Director of the Bright Success Center. It's a place near and dear to my heart and a place near and dear to the campus. There are two things I always like to say. If you take away from this presentation of understanding what the Bright Success Center does, there are two things. One is about student success, and the other is about a sense of belonging, because they're connected, right? So the mission of the Bright Success Center is that we work hard to make sure that every scholar feels as if they belong at UC Merced and have the resources to thrive academically, personally, and professionally. And so in this mission, you will see that we understand that having a sense of belonging, knowing that your next college home actually feels like home, is key to your success. That's why our vision is to support the academic, personal, and professional success of every UCM scholar, supporting the retention and success of every UCM scholar. We also support the most resilient, determined, and systematically oppressed student populations that exist in higher education today. And so we'll get into that, right? Because we do the double work of supporting every scholar and then really being an advocate and supporter of those scholars who need the most help. Before I get started, I have to introduce what I like to call the BSC Dream Team, because this work can never be done by one individual. It takes truly a village or a team. And so this is a picture of the team. I won't go through all the names. Well, yeah, I am. We have Hala Al-Najjar, Danielle Bermudez, Clarissa Courier, Jesus Dennis, Keisha McGuire, Dulce Garcia, Selena Arialo, Crystal Perez, Yazi Navarro, Victoria Daz Garcia, Yesenia Sagala, and myself, Chad Williams. And when I say that we all work together to support all scholars at UC Merced, I really mean that. This is an incredible team that works really hard. So that's where I start there. The BSC has a lot of programs and a lot of services, folks. So tonight, I'm not going through every single program because I didn't want to bore you to death with a bunch of information that you may not retain. However, I did want you to know about some of the programs, even though I'm not going to focus on many of them tonight, right? And so one of the pillars of the BSC is around transitions and learning support. Here are programs that support scholars as they transition into UC Merced. So all of you who apply and get accepted, we hope that you join our campus, and when and if you do, you will be enrolled in what's called New Student Orientation. And that is your chance to understand the campus and understand the resources that's available to you on campus. That is a one-day event and a full event. We invite you and your parents, your family, your friends, your supporters, the folks who are responsible for making sure you got to college. We want all of you to know more about UC Merced in particular. And so that's one of the programs that goes through our transition and learning support. Another program is once you're here and you've finished your orientation, you qualify for what we call a success mentor. That is a peer mentor that is walking with you that first year, or really any of the years that you are here at UC Merced, to really help make sure that you are connected, that you have a support system, that you understand the resources available to you and help you access those. So if you think about like your UC Merced buddy, if you will, who's there to make sure that you don't miss out on anything, that's how you can think about your peer mentor. The next component to the Bright Success Center is our educational equity and access programs. Here we have programs and scholarships specifically for first-generation college students. We also have programs specifically for community. Again, we also run out for high school and elementary students where they spend a week on UC Merced campus, getting to know the campus and getting a bunch of workshops and activities that keep them excited and motivated and learn the skills to be successful in college. However, tonight we are going to be spending most of the time talking about our belonging and resilience programs. These are programs that work with, again, some of the most resilient, the most inspired, the most hardworking, and unfortunately, the most under-resourced and supported populations in higher education today. The exciting thing about these programs here at UC Merced and at the Bright Success Center in particular is that there are not only a bunch of incredible staff who are willing to support these students, but an incredible amount of resources available to alleviate many of the financial challenges that you'll experience as a college student. And so we'll get into those particulars a little bit later in the presentation. I'm going to start with a program that we call our Guardian Scholars Program. The Guardian Scholars Program is housed within the BSC, and the Bright Success Center is located on the second floor of the library here on campus. The Guardian Scholar Program helps the BSC achieve our mission by providing sustainable network of academic and personal support services at UC Merced. We call the Guardian Scholars Program GSP, right? So that GSP program promotes degree attainment and experience and success for youth who have experienced the foster care system or have experienced some level of homelessness. So again, for those students or scholars who have ever been wards of the state, who have experienced any kind of homelessness within their lifetime, are eligible for the Guardian Scholars Program. The Guardian Scholars Program really strives to create a welcoming and inclusive space through programming and services designed to help scholars build community, identify their strengths, and utilize their resources. I think one of the things to really take away about the GSP program is that it is a program designed to really build community for scholars. So scholars spend a lot of time looking for your people, as we like to say, looking for those folks that you can identify who are going to empathize with your journey, help motivate and inspire you, and also make sure that you have the resources that you need. So the GSP program is filled with those folks who share a similar background, so that they don't feel ostracized here at UC Merced. In order to be eligible for the Guardian Scholars Program, you must be a UC Merced student or have submitted an SIR to UC Merced. So not only must you apply to UC Merced, but once you have applied and you have submitted an SIR, which is a way of saying, yes, I am coming to UC Merced, then you are now eligible for the Guardian Scholars Program. In addition to that, you must identify with at least one of the following. You've been a foster youth or currently a foster youth, an emancipated minor, someone who has experienced housing insecurity, which includes living with kin formally or informally, or you've been a dependent or ward of the court, or you've been orphaned. Okay. If any of those apply to you, then you are eligible for the Guardian Scholars Program. And again, all you have to do is apply and say that you're coming. Our Guardian Scholars Program offers students professional and personal development workshops. We do workshops, they do socials, events, initiatives, things that focus on professional development, how to write a resume, how to do an interview, graduate school series focusing on trying to identify if graduate school is right for you, what might you study, how might you apply, giving you support to apply, career services, identifying life beyond college, what happens once you graduate. Because if you work with us at the Bright Success Center, you will graduate. Personal development, right? These are things from study skills and time management, cooking hacks, credit 101, and the ever-imposing imposter syndrome. A lot of times, especially for these students, you enter into higher education, you enter into a UC Merced, and sometimes you feel like you don't belong, right? Everybody might be smarter than me, or they might have better resources or are better prepared. And that's one of the reasons that we're here, is to tackle that imposter syndrome and let you know that you qualify to be here, which means you're as smart as everybody else you see. And you can do it with the right resources and the right support. And that's why we're here, to help you with that. I'm going to pivot to another program under our Belonging and Resilience, and that's our Bobcat Underground Scholars Program. It creates a pathway in higher education by providing support services and leadership for formerly incarcerated and system-impacted scholars and their families, right? And so I want to be clear, to be a BUS scholar, either you have been formerly incarcerated or you come from a family where a close family member has been formerly incarcerated or are currently incarcerated. The BUS program strives to foster and nurture skills that contribute to academic, professional, personal success in order to empower scholars to make self-sustaining progress towards degree attainment and endure professional success after graduation. And so you'll see in the language in both of these programs that we are here to support you in your whole self. That means academically, that means professionally, and that means personally. BUS, again, is another program that is really built on building community, right? And so we look at students who have been impacted by the system, I like to call it the injustice system, or come from families that have been impacted by the injustice system. And so, again, another opportunity to identify your people, to work with other students like you who may have shared that experience, build community, build a network, and get the supports and services that are going to help you thrive, not just survive, but thrive here at UC Merced. At BUS, we offer financial and academic advising, coaching, student accessibility services, peer mentoring support, each program has a coordinator that students can meet with for one-on-one guidance, personal and academic guidance, access to scholarships, free printing in the BSc. That's always a popular thing, especially around exam and midterms where students want to come in, need to print a paper. That is all for free for those and for scholars in those programs. And of course, educational professional workshops and socials. Before I turn it over to my colleague, I'm going to leave into the chat. It's here on one of the slides, but I'm going to leave into the chat the emails to the Guardian Scholars and the Bobcat Underground Scholars Program for those of you who are interested in applying or just want more information. And with the final program in our Belonging and Resilience component, I'm going to turn it over to my incredible colleague, Victoria, to talk to you about the Monarch Center.
Thank you, Chad. And hello, everyone. Buenas tardes. My name is Victoria. I currently serve as program coordinator for Services for Undocumented Students. At Services for Undocumented Students, we serve over 600 undergraduate and graduate undocumented and mixed status students along with their families. Despite UC Merced being the smallest UC in terms of student population, it hosts the second largest undocumented student population in the UC system. So out of all the 9 UC schools, UC Merced is number 2 when it comes to the numbers of undocumented students. I'll share a little bit about what our goal is, what we strive to do, and similar to what Chad said, we are still under the umbrella of the Bright Success Center. However, we are in a different location to the Bright Success Center. If you do SIR, we are located to a place that you will be very, very familiar to, which is the Lantern Cafe. And so we are just in the first floor of the Collegian Library 127. So we at the Monarch Center, we try to foster resilience, community, and support to empower our undocumented students for academic, professional, and personal success. We do that through uplifting and celebrating their stories. We build a vibrant community of scholars, and we also recognize its vital role in the achievement. Our supportive environment prioritizes individualized approaches, focusing on unlocking potential rather than perceived limitations. Together in the Monarch Center, we create an environment where students thrive and grow. And so that's always the core of what we do and what we value at the Bright Success Center and at the Monarch Center. So unlike the other programs that Chad mentioned, our center operates as a service, meaning students are not required to formally enroll with us. They can automatically access the benefit from any of our services as long as you are a student at UC Merced, and your families also benefit from some of the services that we provide. We take pride in offering a range of support, including academic counseling, legal assistance, access to financial aid resources, and an extensive campus referral network. Additionally, our initiatives encompasses curriculum and training sessions aimed at educating students, faculty, and staff about institutional support for undocumented students. One of those is our Undocu Ally trainings that we encourage staff and faculty to attend every semester to learn about terminology, upcoming trends and policies and legislation that is affecting our students. We also have specialized programs, organizations, and internships tailored specifically for our undocumented students. We try to create and partner with different organizations such as CHIRLA, Educational Leadership Foundation, Immigrants Rising, to figure out how to create more of these paid internships for our undocumented students that don't necessarily have a Social Security number. We also have legal services to address various immigration-related concerns. These legal services are completely free to our students and immediate family members. We also have funds to cover any legal fee they might encounter while going through the immigration-related concerns. We have targeted counseling, psychological support, as well as career and graduate school advising. Another one of the top things that are utilized in the center are our student success funds and resources to aid in their academic journey. So if you are attending in the near future UC Merced, we do have a fund specifically for our students to utilize that'll help them pay for rent, textbooks. Sometimes we do cover tuition if there's something going on in your family, or if you need that. And it's on a first come, first served basis, and you can find all that information on our website. Recently, within the last 2 years, we were able to establish a centralized undocumented student center known as the Monarch Center. At the Monarch Center, I will say students will highlight that because we offer tons and tons of community building opportunities where we bring food, where students can hang out. We also offer free printing. And really anything that the student might need. Snacks are a huge thing. We have a fruit basket, and students could just hang out and build community in our center. We also have institutional grants and scholarships that support student endeavors. And again, we are committed to fostering an inclusive and supportive environment where all students can thrive. With that, I'll pass it back to Chad, but thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Appreciate that. The Monarch Center, again, sounds like a very cool place to hang out and meet other students. My colleague mentioned, right, that the Monarch Center was a service and that the Guardian Scholars and Bobcat Underground Scholars were programs. Let me just delineate that a little bit, folks, before we get into sort of the wrap up of that, right? So for the programs, the Guardian Scholars and the Bobcat Underground Scholars, once you come and join UC Merced, you're going to have to apply to those programs. And again, I'm going to leave the emails to those programs in the chat. But you reach out to us and say, hey, I'd like to join the Bobcat Underground Scholars or the Guardian Scholars program. And then we reach out and wrap a big old hug around you and provide you all the supports you need to make sure that you can get into the program. Okay, the Monarch Center, however, is a service, right? So that means that students can just drop by, come through their doors, hang out, ask questions, find out what's going on. No one is turned down. It is specifically for a safe space for undocumented students and their allies. But how do you become an ally? Well, you run into the space and figure out what's happening there. So that's the difference between the program and the service. You will have to apply for Guardian Scholars and Bobcat Underground Scholars. And the Monarch Center, we just encourage you to stop by. And that the Monarch Center, again, is located on the first floor of the library, and the Bright Success Center is above it on the second floor. Now, what are the benefits of joining these programs and services at the Bright Success Center? Well, again, we talked a lot about building community, finding your people, identifying your network. That's going to be key to your success here at college. It is going to take a number of folks that you will meet throughout your experience where you will ask for support, you'll ask questions to, you'll talk to on a bad day. You might cry to when your family or loved one has made you mad. You might jump up and shout when you passed that exam or did a great project at your work environment, right? That's one of the benefits of joining both of those programs and the Monarch Center service. Some of the other benefits for joining, and Victoria mentioned this a little bit, are what we call student success funds. We are blessed to have a pot of funds designed to help alleviate the financial challenges that these students in these programs and services may experience that may inhibit them from graduating or staying at UC Merced, right? So these are things like rent, medical bills. You might owe the school on your account These are a number of different things. Student success funds can be used for a number of different challenges and financial obstacles that students experience that will help them maintain themselves at UC Merced. And the way that you would access them is just to talk to one of the staff in the program, and then they can help you with the process. Another benefit to these programs and services is that all three of them offer gas cards and grocery cards, right? And so again, another way to provide those students who may be struggling finding a good meal, finding their way to campus or around back and forth to school. And I even like to say, even if you don't have a car, right, it's good to have a gas card because you might have a friend who has a car, and you'll be able to help provide some support if they would take you to the store or take you to work. And again, another benefit of both of these programs and services is that they offer a bunch of workshops, activities, fellowships, career opportunities that will prepare you for success, both in and beyond college. Well, folks, we have reached the end of our formal presentation about the Bright Success Center, the Guardian Scholars Program, the Bobcat Underground Scholars Program, and the Monarch Center. I hope that if any of you have questions, you feel free to use your Q&A button and ask those questions. If you have any comments, feel free to use the chat. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Ricky.
Thank you so much, Chad, for that great presentation, and Victoria as well for joining us and sharing your great info as well with our audience. What a privilege it is tonight to hear about all these special programs that we offer at UC Merced. This may be the first time some of our audience members even had heard of the Bright Success Center and all of these great things that we offer at UC Merced. We're so excited to be able to give you guys this information tonight, and we definitely hope that you are looking forward to becoming a Bobcat and joining the Bobcat family and hopefully taking advantage of some of these services. Now, what we'd like to do is spend some time and give you some updates, but also go ahead and jump into our question and answer session. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what some of our questions are here. The first one I have, does UC Merced have an EOP program? I'd like to go ahead and invite all of our panelists and guests back on screen.
Yes, I can help answer that. So not currently. There used to be an EOP program called the STEP program at UC Merced out of the Bright Success Center. That program retired right before COVID. And so currently there's no official EOP program. However, many of the programs that we talked about tonight, in particular the Guardian Scholars and BUS programs, run very similarly to many of your EOP programs and the support and services that they offer.
Very good. Thank you so much for that. And our next question that's coming in, what kind of support services do we offer for our population of first generation students?
I'll jump in, but I'm also going to invite Victoria back into this conversation, right? And so one of the beautiful things about coming to UC Merced as a first generation college student is that you are never alone. Approximately 65% of our students here at UC Merced are first-gen college students. That is both exciting and inspiring, right? Because you know that unlike a lot of colleges and universities, it's not just a small percentage of you, but this is your university. We are first-gen U at the end of the day. Many of the staff and a lot of the faculty who work here at UC Merced share a first-gen college background, and myself included. And so we can identify with that struggle and with the resources that are needed. When you say what support services are offered, what I say to you is that all support services are offered for first-gen college student services, first-gen plus students, right? So that means that all the support services that you hear from tonight's presentation, there's so many others offered from the BSC alone, right? We just covered 3 out of about 10 programs and services. There are other programs and services coming out of UROC, our Undergraduate Research Opportunities Center, our Career Center, our Leadership Service Center, our Community Engagement Center. There are a number of support resources for first-gen students. And because we are first-gen U, all of them are open to you.
Yeah, and I'll just piggyback off what Chad said. I think to add to that, every fall, during National First Gen Week, we do a huge celebration where we honor our first gens. We do this massive luncheon where we invite all first gen students. They receive these beautiful T-shirts that we order and acknowledge them. Every year, I would say it gets better and better. 2 years ago was the first time we inaugurated that event, and then last year was our second year. And so this year, when I hope you all will SIR, you will be part of that celebration as well. And again, during that week, we do multiple events to honor and to celebrate our first gen students. One of them is a luncheon. We do different workshops, career workshops, imposter syndrome workshops. And then again, after students attend some of those events, they're eligible to receive gift cards. One time we even did an iPad. And so there's some really cool giveaways. And again, recognizing that a lot of our students are first gen, and a lot of our staff are also first gen and faculty.
Great, thank you both so much for that. And you did mention, Victoria, the statement of intent to register the SIR and our prospective students becoming Bobcats and joining our Bobcat family. So we definitely want to mention to everyone who is on this event and share with your friends and family, May 15th is the deadline to submit your SIR. That is your statement of intent to register. And what is that exactly? That is your way to tell us here at UC Merced that you are committing to join UC Merced, our student population, to take advantage of all of these wonderful programs you're hearing about tonight and many others from other virtual events as well. So mark your calendar, May 15th. That is the deadline for the SIR, the Statement of Intent to Register. Of course, you don't have to wait until May 15th. You can definitely submit that SIR earlier than that. And we will also be sharing some information here in just a few minutes about one of our upcoming events that's happening on Saturday, April 20th, called Bobcat Day. You can also submit your intent to register with us on Bobcat Day, and we will be there to celebrate with you and your family as you make that commitment for the next step of your educational journey. So May 15th, mark your calendar. All right, let's take a look. Our next question coming in, how long can someone stay in touch with their success mentor?
I'll jump in here. Our success mentor relationships last the entire academic year. And for many of them, they repeat themselves the next following year. So we don't kick you out of the program, folks. If you decide in your first or second year that you had such a great relationship and you would like to continue that, then we invite you back into the program. So you're eligible for as long as you are at UC Merced, but they run on with the academic year.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Chad. And while I have you here on screen, can you share some information with the audience tonight about the new student orientation?
Thank you, Ricky. I would love to. Again, folks, once you have applied and been accepted and you sign up to join us here at UC Merced, you should, and you must join our new student orientation. I'm going to put into the chat again the dates, because there are numerous ones. But this new student orientation is a full day. Again, it is for you as the incoming student and for all of your support folks. So your family, your friends, grandma, uncle, auntie, cousin, all those folks who help you get to college. We want to welcome and celebrate them too, right? Because they help you get here. So all of them are welcomed to join the new student orientation. And I put the dates in the chat for you. We will kick off on Wednesday, July the 10th, with the last session ending July 24th, okay? You can go to the BSC website at learning.ucmerced.edu, I'd say in about a week or so, and begin to register for that orientation.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. And also just another reminder to everyone, if you haven't yet opened up that chat box, go ahead and do that now. We've been dropping some links over there for you and some dates, as Chad just mentioned. So that's a great resource for you to either take some screenshots or to start clicking on those links and bookmark those for later on. Now, I know we also have a couple other panelists behind the scenes. I'd like to invite on our student representative, Wendy. Go ahead and kick on your camera and you can join us here. Hi, Wendy. Thanks so much for being on with us. I'd like to give you a chance to give a little introduction, and then you can go ahead and share some wisdom that you may have for our audience tonight.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Wendy Sanchez Cordova. I'm currently a fourth year student majoring in psychology and sociology. I am born in Mexico, but I was raised in Santa Cruz, California, and I am also a first generation college student. So with all of that being said, some piece of advice that I have for incoming students is get involved as soon as you can. I think that has helped me throughout my journey here at UC Merced as a student. It has opened many doors for me. With that, like some of the things that I've been able to get involved with here on campus was I worked as a orientation leader for the new student orientation this past summer. I also got involved with the Monarch Center. Like they mentioned before, since it is a service, you can just show up to any of their events, as they do host a lot of social and professional events. And getting involved with the Monarch Center has helped me a lot professionally and academically, and personally as well, helping me network with those on campus and just become more informed with the different resources that there is on campus for every student to use. So again, as soon as you can, and if you guys do SRI, which I hope you do, get involved, ask questions. There's no questions that you can't ask to all these amazing people under the Bright Success Center. Everybody, like mentioned before, everybody is there to help you. Everybody wants to help you. So as soon as you step foot on campus, just try to see what resources there are on campus. And the more you get involved, the more resources and doors that open up for you.
Wonderful. And thank you again, Wendy, so much for being here and being the voice of our students and representing that population tonight. Would you like to talk a little bit more as well about the Monarch Center? I know that was mentioned earlier, I believe by Victoria, but can you touch a bit on that too in your experience?
Yes, so the Monarch Center has been very helpful to me, whether it is through like the social events that they hold. It has helped me meet new people that I can even call my friends now. You see a lot of the more you get involved, like I mentioned, you start to see around like the same people, so you get more comfortable. Everybody in the Monarch Center is super welcoming and super helpful. During exams and all that, and like midterms, it is very helpful because you can go in there and print out anything that you need for like classes. You can get free Scantrons, free snacks, water, and all of that. And also, they even have like a microwave in there, which is super, super helpful when you're on the go, especially during the stressful times of like exams. And then with the Monarch Center as well, I was a volunteer last semester, and I just helped kind of like fill out a spreadsheet with internships and fellowships and like scholarship opportunities, which helped me myself because, you know, I was the one looking for those to add on to that spreadsheet for other students. And that opened up a lot of opportunities for me. And then this semester, I am part of the Undocu Scholars Academy. And for the past few weeks, we have just been getting like workshops on professional development. We've gotten presentations on grad school research opportunities. And for me, that has been very helpful because even as a fourth year, um, I feel like you can still keep learning no matter like what year you're like in, and start continue to get involved. And it has helped me learn about opportunities on campus that are happened or have happened, and even like information on post-graduation. And overall, it has just really helped build this sense of belonging for me, especially as a first generation college student. And again, the Monarch Center and Victoria, the coordinator of the program, is always there for you whenever you need it. Again, you don't need to like make an appointment or anything. Just have your CAT card on hand or your student ID number, sign in to the office, and then you're free to like use any of the services there. Or even if you just want to go and like sit down, like chill out for a bit throughout your busy day, you can even just go do that and hang out with whoever's in the office. They have a couch. It's super, super welcoming, like I said. And again, I feel like I wouldn't be able to thrive as a student that I am without the Monarch Center being there for me throughout like these last 2 years.
That's such special information that only a student can share based on your insight and your experience. So thank you again so much, Wendy. And maybe one of our behind the scenes friends can go ahead, if you haven't already, drop that information for the Monarch Center, the contact information, website, anything that we may have access to. Go ahead and drop that for us over into the chat box. And then for our audience, you can take a peek there and make sure you do some screenshots or clicking on those links to save those for later on. Now, speaking of programs that we offer at UC Merced, we also have a very long list of spring events that we would love to share with you. We also have a website for that on the admitted website, so we'll make sure to drop that over there for you, as well as some specific websites for each of the events you're about to hear about. So a couple we'd like to touch on, and I'll invite Jose on with us here. He is one of our resident advisors and an expert on the Experience UC Merced program, as well as Discover Your Bobcat Journey. Hi, Jose.
Hi, Ricky. Let me introduce myself, everybody. My name is Jose Navarro. I'm the admissions public advisor for University of California, Merced. And today I'm going to tell you about two special programs that we're hosting throughout the month of April. The first program is the Experience UC Merced program, which actually just started this Monday, and it's running all the way until April 26th. You have the opportunity to come and sit in a classroom lecture to see what it's like to be a scholar on our campus. We give you a meal voucher to go and dine at the pavilion. So we waive the entry fee, and then it's all you can eat buffet style at the pavilion. And then you also get to take part in a campus tour, so you can learn from the scholars themselves. And that's the best perspective that you're going to get when you visit our campus. Aside from that, well, I do want to touch on one other thing. We have 41 course offerings for Experience UC Merced, 9 course offerings for the School of Engineering, 8 course offerings for the School of Natural Sciences, and 24 course offerings for the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts. So there's plenty of opportunities and options for you to take part in for our Experience UC Merced program. The next program I'm going to tell you about is Discover Your Bobcat Journey, which runs from April 15th to April 19th. And that for that program, check-in times can start at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and then checkout time will be at 5 p.m. So it's a day program where you get paired with a student ambassador, and the student ambassador is going to share their insight with you so you can understand what it's like to be a scholar on our campus. You also get to take part in observing classroom lectures. You get to dine at the pavilion. We will give you a meal voucher to waive the entry fee, and it's all you can eat buffet style. And then you get to take part in a campus tour as well, where you can get the best perspective from the scholars that are currently here on our campus. And most importantly, you get to engage with many scholars during this program, because there are events happening, I will tell you, throughout the month of April. And then also clubs and organizations are usually tabling out there when you're here on campus. So it's a great opportunity for you to engage with scholars currently here on our campus.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jose. We have so many experts on this event tonight, so I want to give everyone an opportunity to hop on and share. Before I hand it over to Tim, one of my other colleagues here who is with us behind the scenes, I would like to share with you some information about Bobcat Day. That is one of our biggest events of the spring season. And again, it's called Bobcat Day 2024. We have a website, of course, for that. We'll drop over for you in the chat area. And Bobcat Day, like I said, it's the biggest event of the spring, and we can hardly wait for that day to come. It is on Saturday, April the 20th from 9 a.m. to 2. It is a jam-packed day with so much activity on our beautiful campus, everything from campus tours. You'll be able to sit through some school presentations, so you'll be learning about and meeting faculty members there, as well as students and staff within all of those majors and minors. You can learn about everything that you could possibly imagine. We will have financial aid representatives, representatives from the registrar's office to talk about different things like the statement of legal residence. So if that's something that you have to complete, if that's popping up on a checklist for you at some point, the SLR, you'll be able to get those questions asked and answered as well. We also have self-guided housing tours that day. So again, if you're planning to attend UC Merced and become a part of our Bobcat family and live on campus, which we highly recommend, it does show in studies that if you live on campus, your rate of success is much higher. So we hope that you definitely take advantage of the on-campus housing option. You will have access to the entire campus, tours of pretty much everything. You'll get to meet and actually see on campus over 5,000 guests will be with us. Almost every staff member will be there as well. We do have a website for you, so you can go ahead and take a look there for more information. And you can also get yourself registered. And once again, mark your calendars. That is on Saturday, April 20th at 9 a.m. So go ahead and hop over to the website. And at this point, we'd like to also tell you about the admissions roadshow. So we do have some regional admissions receptions, and my friend Tim just joined us on screen, and he's going to give us some information about those. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Ricky, and thank you so much. And hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited that you joined us this evening. My name is Tim Ford. I am the Senior Admissions Advisor for the Northern California Bay Area region. And we want to continue to celebrate you and your accomplishments and your achievements, you and your family, right in your own backyard. So as Ricky just mentioned, we will be traveling throughout the entire state of California, holding regional receptions to welcome you and your families on your achievements. We're going to kickstart on Sunday, April 7th in Los Angeles at the Hilton Los Angeles in Universal City. The time will be from 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. And there will be a registration link for you to register for these events. We're then going to move into the Central Valley, starting in the South Valley in Tulare, at the Tulare County Office of Education, Administration Building and Conference Center in Visalia. That will take place on Wednesday, April 10th from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Moving further north, we will then head into Modesto for the North Valley Regional reception, Friday, April 12th from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel in Modesto, California. And we will then conclude our regional receptions on Sunday, April 14th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in Santa Clara at the Santa Clara Convention Center in Santa Clara, California. These receptions are basically, as I mentioned, to celebrate you on your acceptance to UC Merced. At these events, you'll be able to meet with current students and learn about campus resources that we have. We will also have an alumni guest speaker join us, as well as faculty and staff members from our various offices. So please mark your calendars for joining us at one of the regional admission receptions right in your own backyard. I'll turn it back over to Ricky.
Thank you so much, Tim, for joining us. It's always nice to get as many voices on these events as possible. And like I said, we're just filled behind the scenes with all of our content experts and event experts. So thank you so much for everyone who is helping us tonight in sharing this great information. Now, I'd like to also invite Victoria and Chad back on screen with me because they have some helpful information as well. I know, Victoria, you have some info about some summer events that are coming up that you'd like to share?
Yes, that's correct. So one of the events that we have are our key sessions, which are happening Friday, July 26th, August 5th, and July 21st. Those key sessions are intended to assist scholars and their families through their transition to UC Merced. The program provides an introduction to the array of programs and services available through the Office of Undocumented Students. And we will be talking about understanding your financial aid, know your rights, life after college as an undocumented student, campus involvement, campus resources, and research opportunities for undocumented students. And so all those will be happening on Zoom, with one session being in person, and parents and students will have the opportunity to stay in the dorms to actually live what it would be like to live on campus. We will be providing breakfast, lunch, and snacks at the end, and they will be workshop style.
And I just wanted, sorry, I just wanted to jump in and to talk about the scholarship, the flagship scholarship that the Bright Success Center offers here at UC Merced called the Fiat Lux Scholarship. This is for first generation low income students in particular. All you have to do is apply, folks. You apply, you get accepted, and then you will be notified if you qualify and are invited to participate in the Fiat Lux program. That is again, a pretty healthy scholarship for first generation low income students. And the Fiat Lux program, scholarship program, they have what's called a living learning community. So you get an opportunity to live on campus with other scholars in your program on the same floor, in the same dorm. And so again, folks, similar to many of our programs, is about building community, identifying your support system that's going to help you be successful and thrive here at UC Merced.
Thank you so much, Chad, for that information. So I mentioned this early on in the program, and Chad had also talked a bit about it. If you haven't yet taken a peek at the website that we will provide for you over in the chat that is related to the college tour, let me tell you a little bit about that. It is a special program and series that Amazon Prime offers. Now, having said that, our episode that is featuring UC Merced exclusively, it's a 30-minute episode. It has not quite premiered yet on Amazon Prime. However, we can give you a sneak peek because we have a special website for you that will give you access exclusively to our 30-minute episode. Now, what you can expect to find on the college tour for the UC Merced episode, you will be introduced not only to our beautiful campus, in case you haven't had an opportunity yet to take your own personalized tour, but you will get to also meet 10 of our current student Bobcats here. So 10 current students, they are the best of the best, and they will tell you everything that you need to know about their journey at UC Merced, why they decided to become a Bobcat here, and what makes life and their experience here so special. So we would love for you to take an opportunity to watch that 30-minute episode. You'll also get to learn things about academics, campus life, the different clubs and organizations that our current Bobcats are a part of. And like I said, you'll also get a little glimpse of what our beautiful campus looks like. So please go ahead and take a look in your chat box to go ahead and grab that link and take that opportunity to go ahead and bookmark that and take a peek there. Another update we do want to leave you with is to mark your calendar for May 2nd. So there has been some changes to FAFSA and the California DREAM Act process some of you may be aware of, but we are happy to tell you that May 2nd is that deadline to make sure that you complete either your FAFSA or California DREAM Act application. Having said May 2nd, of course, as with all deadlines, you don't have to wait until that day to submit. In fact, on the contrary, we hope that you actually submit those documents and applications as soon as you can. The sooner you get those turned in, they will be able to start analyzing that information and hopefully get your financial aid package out to you later in that month. Of course, you can always take a look at our financial aid website for more information, as well as all of the social media networks that we do offer within admissions and the financial aid office as well for any changes or updates that may be coming through. One last update. Did you know that we have our very own YouTube series as well? It is called Bobcat Life. It's brand new. We have about 3 episodes out right now. We're getting ready to launch our 4th episode. We'll go ahead and drop that link for you over into the chat box. So if you'd like to get another little sneak peek into what campus life is all about, we again have our own students who are featured in Bobcat Life, and it is a very special YouTube series. We're excited to continue with that and to give you more of a firsthand look and insight into our campus and life here, social life, clubs and organizations, and all the rest. We've covered quite a bit. Check out that chat box to make sure that you've clicked and bookmarked all of those website links. We do have more virtual events coming up, as well as many in-person events. So we talked about the regional receptions. We can hardly wait for those to start. The first one is coming up on April the 7th in Los Angeles. And as Tim mentioned, we also have one in Visalia, Modesto, and Santa Clara. So please go ahead and hop over there and get yourself registered for whichever one of those cities is closest to you. We can't wait to meet you in person. Bobcat Day, Saturday, April 20th. Again, get yourself signed up and registered for that. It is the biggest event of the spring. It is like Disneyland at the UC Merced campus. We have performances that happen, presentations, campus tours, housing tours. You get to meet all of us there. I will even be there, so you'll get to see me in the flesh, not just on this little box on your laptop. So I can hardly wait to meet you guys in person. Thank you again to everyone who has been online with me tonight, sharing the screen and the mic, To all of our audience members, it is always such a pleasure to be here with you, and we can hardly wait to meet you in person. And hopefully you can submit that statement of intent to register on or before May 15th. It's been such a pleasure to be here with you. I hope to see you again very soon. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.